Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Mr. V. Welcome again to another edition of Virtual Learning with me, Mr. V. Today is Monday, June 1st. Can you believe it's Monday? It's June 1st. June. I can't believe it's June. Never mind, Monday. What a long weekend it was with the beautiful weather that we had. I'm excited to be here today. Hopefully you are too. Before we get to our agenda, going to kick us off with a little bit of music. Starting things off, I found this new little accessible feature. Hopefully, if I hit the play button now, it'll play the video automatically, which I know you guys see up on your screen. Today's song of the day is the classic song by a 80s rock band, AC/DC. The song is Money Talks. If that doesn't get your blood boiling on a Monday morning, June 1st, the sun's out, then I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I don't know what to tell you. That song rips. That song is fire. That song is great. Let me just tell you, Angus Young on the guitar. Did you guys see him on the stage there playing on his back, going in circles? Like, totally amazing. Outstanding work there. Looked like a fun concert to go to, too, when all the money started falling from the sky. So again, that song was AC/DC Money Talks. Going to start now by bringing on over to my agenda. I'm getting my outro ready. Okay. Right now, I'm thinking a little bit ahead. Gonna have a different song for the outro today. For you wrestling fans out there, I think you guys will like it. So again, today is Monday, June 1st, 2020. We'll start with some news, question of the week champions, this week's question, as well as a quick update regarding our Doran virtual field day, which is coming soon. Work period today. We'll be working with day 15 if you're following along with the student assignment tracker. For day 15, we'll read and annotate You Can Buy Happiness If It's an Experience by Maanvi Singh. We'll also review and discuss the Prewriting Graphic Organizer. We'll take a look at the teacher edition and some of the ideas that I shared. And lastly, just a reminder, tomorrow we'll be getting to day 16, which will involve a close rereading of the article using the guided reading questions, and we'll preview the assessment questions. So let's take it back on over to ground zero, shall we? First and foremost, let's talk last week's question of the week. Champion 7, Harvard. You guys are on a roll with these questions of the week, and you seem to sneak in there last minute and kind of steal the title away from 7, Yale. Great overall performance last week from both classes. We were very close to smashing our all-time record high of 23 engagements. We had 21 total engagements last week. 7 Harvard, congratulations. You folks had 12 engagements. 7 Yale, just slightly behind with only 9 engagements. This week's question, in light of summer being right around the corner, we're 19 days from the first day of summer, which we've had some summer-like temperatures the past few days. But for this week's question, in light of summer, I'd like to know, if you could only pick one ice cream from the ice cream truck, which one would you pick? There's 33 options, guys. Tons of options, okay? I'm sure you could all pick one. I know one of the items I was really looking forward to seeing on that menu was not there, and that's wrestling ice cream bars. All right, they don't have those. They have them. I think I've seen them at the grocery store, but they're not the same wrestling bars that I would have when I was a kid. So I'd probably be hovering around with, like, I think it's number 14 was like it's an ice cream cone kind of coated in chocolate. It looks delicious. So at least that is my choice. I'm interested to know, though, what would your choice be? Also, quick update: we do have Doran Virtual Field Day coming soon. Your specialist teachers have worked very hard with their colleagues at other schools in order to organize this event. And all of the activities that are part of this virtual field day are, kind of everyday household items. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. I did get a chance to see some samples of virtual field day activities. One video was from Ms. Pettinati, which was great. Another video from Mr. Garcia, where he made a Doran chant. And we have a special guest in that video, Harambe. It's not Harambe, but it's somebody in a gorilla suit, which I found absolutely hilarious. Great job, Ms. Pettinati, Mr. Garcia, as well as all of our specialist teachers, Mr. Scott, Mr. Baxter, and, of course, Mrs. Eccles. So, keep an eye out for the virtual field day stuff coming up soon. That is a great opportunity for you guys to get involved and stay engaged with your teachers. So with that being said, I'm going to take you on over to today's post. So for today's post, well, you can see Ms. Pettinati put her virtual field day art station materials up there, so feel free to check out that post. I'm going to take you down to day 15. And today's post reads, "Good morning, class. I hope you all enjoyed the great weather we had this weekend and are ready for another important week of learning. We are coming close to the conclusion, I should say, of our time together this year, and I want you all to finish the year strong. This time apart has been difficult for all of us, including myself and your teachers. However, your engagement each week demonstrates a commitment to your education that you all should be proud of. I know all of your teachers are," meaning we're all very proud of you guys. For today's assignment, day 15, you should read and annotate You Can Buy Happiness If It's an Experience by Maanvi Singh. After reading the article, you should complete the Prewriting Graphic Organizer. Make sure to click Turn In to submit your organizer when you are finished. This will tell me that you are ready for feedback. Today's video lesson will include a guided read aloud for You Can Buy Happiness If It's an Experience by Maanvi Singh. Additionally, we will discuss and review the teacher edition of the Prewriting Graphic Organizer as we continue to investigate the essential question: how can we achieve happiness? As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out via email or join me on Google Meets daily, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 11:30. You can access these unrecorded Google Meet sessions through the calendar on the homepage of the Grade 7 ELA website. Have a great start to your week, everyone. Best wishes, Mr. V. All right, so just looking at some of the attachments for today's post, the PDF, again, is just a copy of the text. Common Lit, if you'd like to read this article on the Common Lit website, that's how you would access it. You also have a link to the Google site, all right, where you can access those Google Meet sessions daily, again, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 11:30. Then you have access to the pre-writing graphic organizer that you folks need to complete. I also provided the student assignment tracker, again, just so you guys can stay on track of where we are this week. And then lastly, you have the teacher edition of the pre-writing graphic organizer. So let me take you now over to Common Lit, where we'll begin to look at the article for today. So today's article is titled, "You Can Buy Happiness If It's an Experience" by Maanvi Singh. So this article seems to counter, okay, or kind of go against the previous article that we read, which was by Caitlin Kenny. That was the article we looked at Thursday and Friday. This article seems to suggest that money can buy you happiness, so long as you're spending that money on the right things, okay? And this particular study has found that you can buy happiness if it's an experience, meaning that you can buy happiness through experiential purchases. And I'll explain what experiential purchases are in a moment. Let's take a look at the blurb. So this NPR article, okay, so NPR is National Public Radio, okay, that is available all over the country. It's National Public Radio, so don't let the initials throw you off or anything. But this NPR article discusses the findings of a study published in Psychological Science focused on how different purchases affect happiness. So this article talks about two different types of purchases and how they can affect happiness. One of those types of purchases are material purchases. All right. When we think of material purchases, we think about the things that we buy. So like a cell phone, sunglasses, a watch, that fancy mouse, the headset I'm wearing. Okay, those are all material purchases. Okay, so that's one type of purchase. The other type of purchase that the article will discuss are experiential purchases or life experience purchases. Okay, experiential purchases are things like vacations, concert tickets, professional sporting events, even everyday activities like exercising and going for a walk. Okay. So it reads, this article was published on Shots, NPR's health news blog. Okay, so this article came from Shots, which is a health news blog that NPR puts out, I believe it's every week. As you read, take notes on how take notes on how people are affected by purchasing material goods and experiences. Okay, so again, we have experiential purchases, right? These affect people in one way. And material purchases affect people in another way, all right? And it seems that the experiential purchases or the experiences will bring you happiness. And I'm just going to assume right away that the material goods probably aren't going to bring you much happiness, at least according to this study. So let's get to the first paragraph. Paragraph 1. We humans spend a lot of time waiting in lines. People queue up for days in order to get their hands on the latest iPhone, or what feels like eons for a table at that hip new brunch place. Okay, so what I'm noticing first of all is that the hip new brunch place, this is an experiential purchase. Okay, and an iPhone is a material purchase. And it says in the next paragraph, you may be better off spending time and money on the latter. So spending time and money on the latter, meaning referring to the second or last mentioned of things. So the second thing mentioned here is the table at the new brunch place. So what it's saying is that you're better off spending time and money on experiential purchases. A growing body of research has shown that experiences tend to make people happier than material possessions. So this seems to be their overall claim. I'm going to highlight that, and I'm also going to put a note that study found that people who make experiential purchases are happier than those who purchase material goods. And again, I kind of inferred this same idea right from the blurb. Okay, thinking of kind of how the blurb related to the title of the article. Paragraph 3, and even anticipating an experience like a concert or ski trip, or what better be a really great brunch, makes us happier than purchasing the latest gadgets, according to a study published Tuesday in Psychological Science. So again, that just kind of summarizes my point, that people tend to be happier who make experiential purchases versus those who purchase material goods. The study, cleverly titled Waiting for Merlot, Anticipatory Consumption of Experiential and Material Purchases, tracked how about 100 college students and over 2,200 randomly selected adults felt about material goods and purchases. So for this study, okay, they polled 100 college students and 2,200 randomly selected adults. Okay, so about 2,300 people were surveyed for this particular study. I'm just going to jot that down. Over 2,300 participants in this study. So again, it seems that they got a good amount of data before they made any conclusions. Paragraph 5, let's get to the findings. People got excited about both things and events. So people were excited about material goods and life experiences or experiential purchases. But they tended to feel more positive about experiential purchases, and their feelings about material purchase were more likely to be tinged with feelings of impatience. Okay, so again, I'm just going to highlight that. I'm not going to take note, but it just, again, reinforces the major finding of the study, and that is that people felt more positive about experiential purchases. I think one aspect of that has to do with the nature of imagination, says Amit Kumar, a doctoral student of psychology at Cornell University and one of the researchers behind the paper. If you're waiting to buy an iPhone, you know exactly how many megapixels the camera on the new phone will have, Kumar told Shots. People often get really creative while planning out a future vacation, he says, and just thinking about all the things they'll be doing and all the fun they'll be having can boost their mood. So what they found, I'm going to highlight this sentence. I'm actually going to take a note here. The study found that experiential purchases tend to increase people's emotional well-being. Again, thinking back to the last article, emotional well-being in terms of their, day-to-day happiness. Okay, people who have these experiential purchases seem to be happier on a day-to-day basis because, again, there's that anticipation as they wait and as they approach, that particular experience that they purchase, whether it be a concert that they're going to go to, a baseball game they're going to attend, or, that vacation to Disneyland, or something of that nature. Okay. And what they found is, again, people tend to be very creative leading up to that vacation. So I think about like next month, Mr. V is going camping on July 5th for a few days with my family. And I know I'm very much looking forward to that vacation. We're already starting to actually plan what we're going to do. It looks like my note here got deleted, so I do need to pause for 1 second and just fill this in again. So the study found that people who made experiential purchases had a better quality emotional well-being. Their day-to-day happiness increased. Okay, hopefully, I don't know why that just keeps going. It goes and it disappears. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to obviously have to kind of bow out to that annotation because it's not letting me. Let's continue on from paragraph 8. Plus, when it comes to experiences, money isn't as much of an issue. The researchers hypothesize people may be competitive when it comes to keeping up with the Joneses, but tend to be less competitive about spending on experiences. So you're probably wondering what they mean by keeping up with the Joneses, right? Let me click on the note here. Keeping up with the Joneses is an idiom referring to the pattern of comparing oneself to one's neighbor as a benchmark for social class or the accumulation of material goods. So in other words, what they're saying is that we tend to be very competitive in trying to have better material goods than our neighbors. Okay, it's kind of a competitive thing, even though we don't want it to be that way. I mean, how many of you guys out there have had an argument over, or even with me, with Mr. V's crappy cell phone compared to your iPhone 10? Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a note. I'm going to write that the study found that people tend to be less competitive about experiential. Oops. How come I can't spell this word? Purchases. There we go. All right, that note worked. And as people age, they tend to find more joy in ordinary, everyday experiences like walking or gardening compared to that trip to Fiji, another recent study found. So, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a big, fancy experience. It could just be a simple experience as, exercising every day and going for a walk, or having that hobby of gardening, or maybe you collect baseball cards or something like that. Paragraph 10. One reason may be that experiences give people the opportunity to bond and socialize, Kumar says. Even when you aren't guaranteed a ticket to a concert or a taco from the cool new food truck, people often enjoy waiting in line. While waiting for concert tickets, people reported singing songs together, or people would be playing games with each other while they're waiting. Okay, so what they found is that while people waited, to purchase things, purchase these experiential experience, or these life experiences, while people waited to purchase these life experiences, they found that people were kind of happy. You talk with other people in line about, maybe what you're going to do, or, maybe you're making plans like, hey, let's meet up in the parking lot or something like that. So I'm just going to jot down that the study concluded that people purchasing experiences tended to be happier while waiting in line. Okay, so while they were waiting to purchase that ticket, they tended to be happier, right? People were singing songs, people were playing games, right? Getting to know each other while they were waiting. Again, my note disappeared. I'm not sure why that's happening, guys, and I do apologize. And we've got proof of that right here at Shots. Editor Scott Hensley says he could buy tickets online for the Old Ebbett Grill's annual Oyster Riot, but he much prefers going downtown first thing in the morning and waiting in line with his fellow oyster aficionados, other people who are very much interested in oysters. That sounds a lot more fun than those Black Friday scuffles over flat screens and Xboxes. Indeed, Kumar and his colleagues compared news reports about people waiting in line and found that long waits for material purchases were more likely to end in violence. So again, think about Black Friday. Everybody's waiting in line. People are not, singing songs and playing games with each other. People are, trying to say, hey, I'm in front of you. I'm going to get that TV that you're not going to get. Okay. So the study found that people waiting for material purchases tended to not be as happy and even experienced violence. Hopefully that works. Again, not sure why some of the annotations. I'm going to try to come back here and annotate paragraph 10. Okay, now it's working. In the last sentence, we bet nobody's gotten into a fight while waiting for that oyster party. All right, so that concludes our reading of the article. All right, hopefully it makes sense. So again, just to kind of go back to the blurb, because I think the blurb really helps me to summarize here. All right, the article focuses on two different types of purchases. We have life experiences or experiential purchases, and then we have material purchases or material good purchases. All right, life experiences are vacations, events, etc. Material purchases are objects and things that we buy, cell phones, the newest Jordans, the coolest hat, the latest, Alienware headset or whatever. Okay. And what the study seemed to conclude is that people who spend their money on experiences are happier than those who spend their money on material goods. Okay, that's the best summary statement I think I can come up with right now. All right, I'm still presenting. Everything is going smoothly today. I'm going to take you now to the Prewriting Graphic Organizer and share some of my thoughts. So the evidence I found, I pulled from paragraph 5 and paragraph 7. Paragraph 5, I pulled this section. It said people got excited about both things and events, but they tended to feel more positive about experiential purchases, and their feelings about material purchases were more likely to be tinged with feelings of impatience. Paragraph 7, I use this quote: people often get really creative while planning out a future vacation, he says, and just thinking about all the things they'll be doing and all fun they'll be having can boost their mood. So here's my claim, right? Again, usually my claim is in bold. So my claim is that according to the text, we can achieve happiness by spending money on experiential purchases rather than material purchases. Again, we need to take the text and figure out, okay, how does this text show us we can achieve happiness? And what it shows is that we can achieve happiness by spending money on experiential purchases rather than material purchases. So spending money on experiences rather than material goods. Then I explain a little bit. It says the study that was conducted amongst 100 college students and 2,200 adults found that people were happier when they made purchases that provided them with life experiences like vacations and concerts rather than material purchases such as new cell phones and gadgets. This article seems to somewhat counter the last article that we read. All right, again, I think this article kind of goes against the first article we read, which had stated that high incomes don't bring you happiness. All right, this article kind of seems to suggest that a high income can bring you happiness so long as you are spending that money on the right things. All right. Okay, well, that just about wraps up our lesson today. All right, we've read through the article. We've gone over the Prewriting Graphic Organizer in terms of my ideas. I've shared that with you. I'm looking forward to see what you folks come up with at home. And I guess now we'll take it out to the outro. Just going to change my presentation settings to make this go a little bit smoother. Okay, we'll present back to YouTube. And for our outro song today, I have an entrance theme by none other than Shane McMahon from the WWE. You might know him better as Vince McMahon's son, but this is his theme song, and it's called Here Comes the Money. Until tomorrow, folks, I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Here we go. Money.
Until tomorrow. Sorry, guys. We got a little bit excited. Until tomorrow, make sure that you complete this work, that you turn in your graphic organizer when you are done. I'll make sure to provide you with feedback as soon as I see that you've turned it in.
Here we go.
And just please make sure that you wash your hands. All right? We'll have yourselves a great day. Here comes the money.
Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling, got the chatter. You ain't talking money, then you're talking no matter. Ching, ching, bling, bling, patent pockets. We take the dollar, dollar, can a damn soul stop it.
Here comes the new kid on the block. Hold on your bets, here's where the buck stops. See, first of all, I'm stepping out on my own. About time I elevated to claim my own throne. Success in my blood, call it homegrown. Puerto Rican testosterone. Power and money got me crazy cocky. No longer need you, Papa. I know you're mad because you can't stop me. And then this one that I was playing is honey. I think she smell my cologne, it's called brand new money. Make a move, ain't a damn thing fun. In the hood, rats, the Playboy bunny. They see the. They see it. They see it.
Say what? Money. I'm global dollar, and roll without it. Like to go out.
All right, guys. You have yourselves a great day, and I'll check back on y'all tomorrow. Have yourselves a great day. Take care now. Bye-bye.